I'm Clayton Rodney, and I'm the Production and Technical Director for Edmonton Opera. Recording this video from my home in Edmonton while we all do our part to get this pandemic under control. Today, we're going to build a sample set model from regular printer paper. In opera, we build these kinds of scaled-down models of the set so the directors, designers, crew, and pretty much everyone else can see what the set is going to look like, how it will fit on the stage, before we go ahead and spend all the time and money to build the real thing.
Paper models can be very simple, with almost no details, and are called white models, because the paper's white. More complicated models include color, textures, and other details so that people can get a great idea of how the set will look painted and finished. Today, you get to play set designer and build a paper model. But the white paper is kind of boring, so you should color things in, like the floor, the walls, the trim, the doors, and anything else to make your model pretty. Be creative and do all the details just as you like them. There are no rules. You are the designer, so color inside the lines or outside, whatever you want to do. For this project, you will need to print out at home the scale drawings, all available for download from the Opera's website in PDF form. When printing, be sure that you are printing on letter-size paper and that all the pages are printed in actual size. You will also need scissors, a glue stick, a straight edge such as a ruler, a knife, and some markers or pencil crayons, or anything you want to use to add some color and details to the model. If you happen to have a thicker stock of paper, it makes this easier, but if you're like me, I only have normal printer paper at home. The model we are building consists of a set made from 3 walls and a small platform. The walls in the printout have some lines pre-drawn in to indicate some trim, paneling, and wainscoting. Feel free to make these anything you want. I live in fear of actual set designers telling me that my color choices are terrible, hence why my model will be all white. Set designers can just be so cruel. You should color your model before trying to put it together. Otherwise, you will probably end up very frustrated and you'll for sure end up saying, "Gosh, Clayton, you sure were right, and I should have listened to you in the first place." Something that the opera painters and carpenters say to me almost daily. Oh, when will they ever learn? Anyways, once you get everything colored the way you like, we are ready to start. I'd suggest taping down the plan view drawing in the theater to your flat surface. This makes it easier to start attaching the platform and walls. Start by cutting out the platform, following the red lines using a scissor or a knife, whichever you feel most confident with. Cut into the platform drawing, following the red line so you are able to do the folds. If you want to make this easier, cut off the sides of the platform following this black line. You won't be able to see this once the walls are in place. If you like a challenge, you can just leave them on. Once you have the platform cut out, start making your folds. I find it easier to do if you pre-fold all the pieces before trying to attach them. You can use the ruler to help make the folding easier so the line is nice and straight. But if you're good at folding, go ahead and freehand it. Once you make all the folds, it should look like this. Let's glue down the platform now by starting on the large side of the platform. Apply the glue to the plan view following the outline of the platform. Align the bottom edge here, along the edge of the platform on the ground plan. Don't worry about any of the little tabs sticking out over these lines. We are going to cover those up with walls. Press down to make sure the glue sticks well and fold the platform over. This makes the downstage edge, the edge the audience see, nice and neat looking. Glue the upstage side of the platform down. making sure the platform is still sitting nice and straight. This is a bit tricky to get right, so be sure to take your time. Once your platform is glued down, it's time to start with your walls. Cut out all 3 walls following the red lines. Pre-fold all your wall glue down sections. For the doorways, you should use a knife. Be sure to use knife safety and always cut away from your fingers, using a ruler edge to cut along. If you need help, be sure to ask for it. If you don't want to use the knife, you can leave the doors closed. That's just fine. Lots of designers don't cut out their doors. Notice the spot to fold. That creates the return of the walls so that the audience can't see backstage. Go ahead and repeat the process for the stage left wall. Now, I've been throwing out some stage directions, so let me explain what they mean. The directions are always from the perspective of an actor or singer standing on the stage facing the audience. Stage right is the actor's right side, stage left is the actor's left side. Downstage is towards the audience, and upstage is away from the audience, towards the back wall of the theater. The names upstage and downstage actually came from the origins of theater when actors used to perform on a hillside and the audience was on the flat at the bottom of the hill. Then it was literally moved down the hill or up the hill. Actors always managed to get their step count in for the day. Working on the upstage wall, and now that you know your theater directions, you know that's the wall that goes here, glue down the upstage wall. Be sure to align it on the markings of the ground plan. For the stage right and stage left walls, add glue to the side flap and to the bottom floor glue spot. I also like to put my glue right onto the plan view. Match up the wall to the floor and the point of the upstage wall. If you were good at cutting and gluing down the platform, everything should line up perfectly. Voila! You have a set model, same as any designer might build before we start actually building the set for the opera. I hope you enjoyed this DIY opera video. Special thanks to the Edmonton Community Foundation for all their support of DIY opera. Huge thanks to all of you for your continuing support of Edmonton Opera. And please share the photos of your model with us at education@edmontonopera.com and to social media by tagging @EdmontonOpera, #DIYOpera, so everyone can see your creative designs. And maybe you'll even get hired as a set designer for the next opera. Thanks again for watching.